Epstein was not just interested in celebrities, though. He was interested in scientists. Remember, Epstein worked for an intelligence network, an off-the-books, black-budget, secret network that probably originated somewhere deep in Israeli intelligence and then flourished through relationships with organized crime and elements of the CIA and U.S. intelligence services. But he was interested in everything intel agencies are interested in because he worked for them. And he would actively target and form relationships with technologists, researchers, scientists, and any other prominent intellectuals. He would throw parties and conferences on his island and invite all of them to come. And they came, so to speak. Not all of them came, but they all came. And that's how you wind up with funny memes about Stephen Hawking visiting Epstein Island, because he did. Lots of prominent scientists did. And a few even have sexual allegations against them. In this case, we're talking specifically about Marvin Minsky right there. But again, it was never tried in court. This obviously extended to relationships cultivated all throughout big tech. Hoffman went to the island. Gates went so far as to have Epstein help set up the Gates Foundation. He was helping Sergey with banking needs at JP Morgan and invested in Peter Thiel's venture capital firm, Valar Ventures. He was involved in setting up the Clinton Global Initiative as well. He specialized in philanthropy as money laundering, after all. He was also friends with at least one recent director of the CIA. We know that the former CIA director, Bill Burns, was also friends with Epstein and met with him numerous times, which he only admitted to after first trying and failing to cover it up. He said that it was to help him find a job after he had retired from being the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, because that's totally the kind of person that needs help from Epstein to find a job. So Epstein set him up at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, which is a deep state think tank, and now I have questions. He was deeply enmeshed in our most prestigious educational institutions. Epstein had significant donor relationships with several of the top schools and maintained strong ties to many top board members, teachers, and executives at various universities. When this all came out, they first tried to pretend like it was all back before his first conviction, and they'd all cut ties. But it later came out that plenty of those relationships extended well into recent times. And more every day, everyone's wondering what the story is with old Donnie. Because Trump is literally burning his legacy to the ground to cover this up. He's burning the entire MAGA movement to the ground to protect Epstein and the whole network that he represented. Because I think Trump is sorely mistaken if he thinks that MAGA is ready to pretend like we didn't learn that we're being ruled by a bunch of pedophiles. We are paying taxes to pedophiles. This isn't the kind of thing that goes away. And the fact that Trump is now apparently all in on Operation Coverup, he's looking more and more complicit by the day. So, the new talking point being parroted by all the assets and suckers on X and in the media is, why do you even still care about Epstein? Why are you even talking about Epstein? I mean, who really cares anymore anyways? Which is pathetic. It's coming out that our government is run by pedophiles and their cover-up isn't going so well. And so they've resorted to just gaslighting the American people that it's not even a big deal. And no one even cares about it anymore. Right? I'm sure it's totally unconnected that there's an Israeli spy ring so powerful that they got to at least one former president of the United States, and now they have the current president of the United States going along with the cover-up, and they announced all of this the day before Benjamin Netanyahu visited D.C. for the third time this year. You live in an occupied nation, folks. It's no coincidence that we have the world's largest blackmail ring being run by Israel, and we are passing speech laws to stop people from criticizing the government of Israel, not our own. We have a massive unregistered lobby in our government working on behalf of Israel. We have dual citizens with Israel peppered all throughout our government. We give more money and military aid to Israel than to any other nation. Even when Israel embarrasses us on the world stage and goes against our president's apparent orders in war times, or peace times, just bombing people, our politicians and president go along with the c***ery, all competing for who can get Bibi's further down the back of their throats. It is no coincidence that for decades now, criticism of Israel has been a career-ending sin for anyone in the media or the government or finance or really any position of power at all. And of course, I'm anti-Semitic for looking at the evidence that is clear as day. Just ignore the facts and evidence that it is all laid out before you. Ignore the genocide that our tax dollars are funding. Ignore the endless streams of videos of kids buried and burned and starved to death in Gaza. Ignore that they are shooting them with sniper rifles while they're pretending to give them food. Ignore Israel's secret nuclear program. Anyone who talks about any of those things hates Jews, obviously. It should go without saying that we don't condemn the giant sex trafficking ring because it was run by Jews. We condemn it because it's a child sex trafficking ring. Maybe just don't run child sex trafficking rings. We don't speak out against Israel because they are a Jewish state. We speak out about Israel because it's a genocidal ethno-nationalist project that has become the spitting image of the, regime that it theoretically is a reaction to. When you learn about World War II as a kid, one of the enduring questions is how did they get regular Germans to go along with committing such atrocities against prisoners in the labor and concentration camps? Well, look around you. How are they getting people to go along with genocide today? How are they getting people to go on the internet and pretend like we don't care that our nation is run by pedophiles and that apparently that runs so high up that our own president, our own Department of Justice, our own elected officials, the MAGA coalition, America First, is now telling you, why would you even care? Why would it even matter if Jeffrey Epstein had our whole government blackmailed? Why would it even matter if Israel and the CIA and all these dudes were trafficking children? American children, no less. Little girls off the streets in Palm Beach, Florida. As well as little girls from all around the world. Not to mention, a lot of them were into little boys. That's no big deal, apparently. It's not America First to even talk about it. Just shut up and vote for Trump. Yeah. I didn't really have an ending plan for this, because it kind of sucks. So, I don't know. Maybe Trump's playing 574D chess. And if you want to know all about the 575th dimension of his chess moves, you can just log on to Twitter and trust that plan, because it is still going strong on there. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But it'd be really nice if he could take Bibi's out of his mouth for long enough to acknowledge a few of the promises that he made on his way into office. Maybe just one of them. Maybe like any of them. Because unless we get some of that, it pretty much just looks like we're all paying taxes to pedophiles.
That would be enough to collapse the current paradigm and change the whole planet.
Well, that's our show for today. Sorry for ending on such a downer. Thanks for liking the video, sharing the video. I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. We're going to hit 1 million this year. I just know it. It's going to happen. I'm hyped on it. I'm really excited for you guys all moving over here to YouTube with me, because here on YouTube, I can do way longer dives, way deeper information. I don't get distracted by having fights with retards on X that tell us that we don't care about Epstein, stuff like that. It's just a way more focused environment over here where we can actually learn things. So thanks for sharing. If you want to support me, go to cancelingcarol.com and buy some merch, buy some greens. Really appreciate that. It all helps me out. It's all created by a founder-owned business here in America. And I'll link all the things that I talked about in this video in the description down below. Other than that, be sure to drink your water, eat some healthy food, tell someone you love them, and don't stop fucking talking about Epstein and all these pedophiles that run our government. Bye.
Conspiracy theories are dangerous.
Information is the oxygen of a democracy.
With Republicans, with progressives, with libertarians, because this is not about right and left, this is about right and wrong.
It's so sacred we can't talk about it. Our security is at stake.